gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Well, dozens of shots were fired in South Philadelphia in a shootout that left 2 men dead. Police say 3 persons of interest are in custody now in the gun battle that spanned several blocks. Action News reporter Corey Davis has a look at some new surveillance video showing the moment the shooting started.
In this new surveillance video, a man walking by is startled by rapid gunfire, and then to the left you see people running, possibly while shooting back. All of this played out in the area of South 8th and Wolf Streets in South Philadelphia this morning. At least 45 evidence markers now mark the spots where people were seen running in the surveillance footage.
Those shell casings are at 4 separate locations around 8th and Wolf Streets.
The crime scene spans several intersections and includes bullets, guns, and shoes belonging to one of the 2 men shot and killed during the shootout. Bullets also struck several unoccupied cars that were parked in front of homes and businesses. We are told officers who were in the area heard the gunshots around 3:15 this morning and arrived within seconds. Police say they saw 2 victims unresponsive on the ground at different intersections. A man in his 20s and another in his 50s were both pronounced dead a short time later.
What's unusual is close to both of these victims was a handgun. So both victims had a semi-automatic handgun in very close proximity to where they were laying.
Responding officers followed this vehicle they say left the scene after the shooting. They pulled it over about a mile away on Oregon Avenue near 3rd Street. Those officers say they saw this gun in plain sight and took the 3 people inside into custody for questioning. Investigators say there are several elements that have to be put together with this case. They need to match the guns to the bullets and the shell casings. Reporting here in South Philadelphia, Corey Davis, Channel 6 Action News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Out of South Philadelphia.
Homicide detectives are investigating a possible deadly shooting.
Inspector Scott Small is on the scene talking right now. Let's listen in.
All right, Chief Inspector Scott Small, can you walk us through exactly how this all played out?
Well, 3:15 a.m., 3rd District officers on patrol heard multiple gunshots coming from the area of 8th and Wolf Streets, where there was an officer about a block away. So we arrived within seconds, and they found 2 shooting victims laying on the highway. One of the victims was shot 3 times in the chest, pronounced dead on the scene at 3:36 a.m. A second victim, medics took to Jefferson. He was pronounced dead at 3:46 a.m. and he was shot in the shoulder. And next to both of these victims, or close to both of these victims who ended up dying, we did find a total of 2 semi-automatic handguns on the scene.
Okay. Do you believe that it was possibly a shootout, or how do you think that might have played out?
We believe it's definitely some sort of shootout because we found 35 spent shell casings from semi-automatic weapons. And those shell casings are at 4 separate locations around 8th and Wolf Streets, but they're clearly in 4 separate locations. So we believe there was some sort of shootout because we also have 4 vehicles unattended that were struck by gunfire.
Okay. And I see this vehicle behind us here with the flashing lights. Is that involved in some way? I saw investigators around that.
You know, when police pulled up, that Subaru SUV was double parked on the street like it is now. 3 of its 4 doors were wide open. However, the vehicle was empty, and the vehicle does have 1 bullet hole in the front windshield.
Okay. Are you all currently looking for any other shooters or at any other locations right now?
Well, when police arrived on location, they saw a vehicle leaving the area. So they followed that vehicle. Police pulled that vehicle over about a mile away at 3rd and Oregon, and there were 3 males inside that vehicle. There was also 2 semi-automatic handguns in that vehicle. So due to the fact that they were in the area driving from the scene right as officers heard the gunshots, and when they pulled the vehicle over a mile away, it had 2 guns in it. Those 3 individuals are definitely persons of interest, and they have been transported to homicide to be questioned by homicide detectives.
Did they pull over easily, or was there quite some time before investigators were able to stop them?
Well, the police on the scene did have to follow this vehicle for about a mile from 8th and Wolf to 3rd and Oregon, but there was no incidents once they pulled the vehicle over. All 3 individuals were taken into custody without incident, but right now they're just persons of interest due to the fact that there's 2 handguns in plain view in that vehicle that drove from this double homicide scene.
Okay. And you all have been quite busy overall tonight and just in general with so many shootings. What's your reaction to just having so much to deal with as of recent?
It was just an unusually busy night, and we have that especially in the summertime when more people are out and juveniles and young adults are out and people are off from work. But an unusually busy evening. However, we're investigating every single scene with homicide. Our SIG detectives and our crime scene unit is processing all the scenes, and right now we're treating them as isolated incidents.
Okay. Thank you. Chief Inspector Scott Small with us here. We'll definitely keep you up to date over the course of the morning as more details are revealed with this double homicide. But once again, as he was just telling us, two people are dead here at near the intersection of 8th and Wolf, right next to not far from the Francis Key School here in South Philadelphia.
Wow.
We are told at least 3 people of interest are in custody at the moment. So we'll definitely keep you up to date. For now, reporting live here in South Philadelphia, Corey Davis, Channel 6 Action News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.